Moving on from question 18 of LSAT PrepTest 141's first logical reasoning section, section 2, over at lawhub.lsac.org, we get to question 19 and we've got our highlight tool ready to go, and we're going to mark exactly what it is question 19 wants us to accomplish. In this case, the stem reads, which one of the following, if true, would most weaken the argument? So we're just going to highlight most weaken. We know we're going to read the full paragraph on the left, highlight the conclusion and any necessary references, and potentially try to predict what would weaken that argument. So, reading from the top of the paragraph, a carved flint object depicting a stylized human head with an open mouth was found in a Stone Age tomb in Ireland. Some archaeologists believe that the object was a weapon, the head of a warrior's mace, but it is too small for that purpose. Because of its size and the fact that an open mouth symbolizes speaking, the object was probably the head of a speaking staff, a communal object passed around by a small assembly to indicate who has the right to speak. So the conclusion should be indicated rather apparently by that qualifier of probably. But I want to know what the object was, so I'm going to just highlight what the object is up here for my clear reference. So I know that a carved flint object depicting a stylized human head with an open mouth was found in a Stone Age tomb in Ireland. The object was probably the head of a speaking staff, is ultimately our conclusion in full. So we want to show that it is not the head of a speaking staff, that it was something else. So we need to go to our answer choices looking for something that says this thing found in a tomb was not likely to be a speaking staff. So starting with choice A. Thank you for watching this LSAT explanation video. If you're enjoying the tips that it contains, please consider becoming a My Guru YouTube channel member if you haven't already done so. You'll get access to exclusive videos and early access to new LSAT explanation videos as they're produced as well. Additionally, you'll get access to speak with me and potentially discounts on live tutoring as well. So consider becoming a My Guru member today, but for now, let's get back to this explanation. The tomb in which the object was found did not contain any other objects that might have been weapons. So I might hold on to this because realistically, I'm like, they were talking about it being a weapon, so maybe this is relevant, saying that there weren't any other weapons, so why would this be a weapon? So realistically, let's hold on to A for now. Then choice B, communal objects were normally passed from one generation to the next in Stone Age Ireland. And we do have to recognize that the term a communal object is right after our highlight. And that communal object, if it was passed from one generation to the next in Stone Age Ireland, well, guess where it's not going to be? It's not going to be in a tomb. So we might be able to proactively say that because communal objects were passed from one generation to the next, it's not going to be in a tomb. So that directly attacks the idea that this object was probably the head of a speaking staff. So now we'll go through the remaining answer choices, including choice A, to reevaluate why it's wrong. But on the exam, we might go briskly, especially if we're trying to get a 165 or 170 plus. So choice C, the object was carved with an artistry that was rare in Stone Age Ireland. Okay, it's rare. So that rarity, does that lead to it being a weapon or a speaking staff? I don't know. This needs additional information. We should be able to eliminate C almost immediately. Then choice D, the tomb in which the object was found was that of a politically prominent person. Oh, if this is a politically prominent person's tomb, well, then it sounds like it might be a speaking staff. So this is actually going to be a task reversal that would strengthen the argument. Then choice E, a speaking staff with a stone head is thought to symbolize a warrior's mace. Well, again, this makes it seem like it looks like a warrior's mace, but was in fact a speaking staff. So that, or the head of a speaking staff. So choice E, just as choice D did, actually strengthens the argument, doesn't weaken it. But going back to A, the tomb in which the object was found did not contain any other objects that might have been weapons. Well, that makes it seem like it wouldn't have been a weapon, which leads to the idea that it might have been the head of a speaking staff. So again, choice A actually kind of is a reversal, which is often one of the more difficult reasons to eliminate. It's very reasonable to hold on to A for the first pass. But B absolutely attacks the conclusion directly by saying, actually, you're not going to find communal objects of which a speaking staff is in a tomb because they were passed from one living person to the next living descendant.